What's good, folks? It's Nightmare Frame here with a new Warframe video coming at you with a Loki build. Yesterday was TennoCon, and everybody who tuned in to watch the Tenno live received a Loki Prime for themselves. Free. Those who are looking for a build, you've come to the right place. I'm using a Loki right now in an endurance run. It's a short endurance run, just about 200 minutes in. We're fighting against level 4000 in Steel Path. Now, this Loki setup is just fairly simple. You have your invisibility and your fourth ability to disarm enemies, and then just to gather them all into one spot, I'm using Ensnare from Korra. Now, you can use pretty much any helmet ability you want. He doesn't need a helmet ability, but just don't be stupid and run Shooting Gallery on Invisible Frame. I'm not using any primer here. It's just the Glaive Prime destroying everything. To be honest, Loki doesn't really have much in terms of versatility. It's usually abusing his invisibility to just sit there and dish out a lot of damage with your weapons. I mean, if you want to be a real Giga Chad, you can subsume off his 2 for Resonator and focus on disarming enemies with your 4 and turning off enemy AI with Resonator. And since he's an invisible frame, he doesn't need much in terms of health, armor, or shields. And utilizing his augment hushed invisibility will just make everything he uses silent. But this augment only works if you're invisible with your second ability and not from other sources. Alright, let's head up to the simulacrum and see the build. Alright, here we are in the simulacrum, ready to show you Loki's build, his loadout, what to use, and how to use it. So let's take a look at the build. In the aura, I have Brief Respite. Y'all know what this does. It converts energy used to shields. The more energy used, the more shields you get. So that's why we're running a base efficiency. We have more than enough energy, especially with Prime Flow. We have 754 energy. We're running Zenrake, or you can just run whatever focus school you want, doesn't matter. Arcane Energize is just gonna help us even more because we just need one cast of his 4. With 205 range, we get about, what, 41 meters on his 4. And Ensnare reaches up to 61 meters and pulls in enemies from 20 meters. So we have amazing range and enough energy to keep us topped up. Duration is at 200% with a rank 4 narrow-minded. Now, I kept it rank 4 because I do not like the drain of range. So rank 4 and a max rank prime continuity. This gives me 24 seconds on his 2. Enemies are going to be super crowd controlled anyway. You're not gonna die, don't worry. Rolling guard, just in case we get procced with a status effect or you just want to relocate and reposition ourselves. Trust me, rolling guard is so good. That 3 seconds of invulnerability and status cleanse is amazing. It's very good for engaging and disengaging. Depends on the frame you're using. Overextended and stretch are the 2 that gives us range. Without narrow-minded, we'll have 234. With our low-ranked narrow-minded, we get 200. It's fine. And natural talent for the casting speed. This is amazing, making his 4 faster, smoother to use. His 2 instantaneous. The subsumed ability also very comfortable to use. Hushed invisibility, as I said earlier, just makes all your guns, weapons silenced. And I only have 1 arcane here. You can run any other arcane you want. If you want to go full melee hack and slash, you can put Arcane Strike. If you're running the Glaive or Exotic Contagion, you can go with Arcane Fury for more raw damage. Oh, did I forget to mention Prime Sure-Footed, because spending less time on your butt is a huge DPS increase. Trust me. If you don't have this, you can run Handspring if you want. Let's showcase how this works. Remember what I said about rolling guard being used for engaging and disengaging? Here we go. We're engaging. We're invulnerable. There we go. It's like that. Oh, I didn't get these guys? There we go. All right, they're dead. Doesn't matter. That's it. That's pretty much it. Go invisible, disarm. Why do I disarm? And then you're saying, oh, but you're ensnaring. What's the point of disarming? Well, they're enemies far off into the distance as they're coming to us. Ensnare's not going to grab all of them. Just making sure everybody's disarmed so they don't shoot at you is a big Giga Chad move. So here we go. We can just disarm without going invisible. Now they can't hit you. Sorry, they can't hurt you as long as you keep your distance. Great thing about disarm. Our Panzer Profiler is spreading all those viral quills, so we don't really need to prime enemies. Hence why I did not use a primer in that endurance run. And we just one-shot them. Easy. Oh, they're now... Okay, we missed one. All right, let's show you the weapons I use. To be honest, the secondary doesn't matter. I'm just keeping the secondary so I can just have better usability with the glaive. The main damage source here is the glaive prime. We got the 2 sacrificial mods. Now you're wondering, oh, but why not use prime pressure point? I mean, we already have spoiled strike and the 2 sacrificial, just getting a lot of raw damage, and plus these 2 combined will give us more crits. Easy. Amalgamorgan Shatter for the wind-up speed, killing blow for more wind-up speed, and heavy attack damage. Now, smite mods allow you to just double dip with your bleed procs. Do you have to use this? I mean, if you're doing regular content, no, you don't need to. But if you're going to Steel Path, you're going for that endurance run, you're trying to do damage, then yes, primed smite mods are insane. If you don't have the prime ones, use the regular one. It's still a DPS increase, trust me. Volatile quick return for the explosion, and just a lot more extra damage. Corrupt charge to give us that 2-time combo counter. This just helps us do more with our heavy attacks. Stances do not matter. I can even use Gleaming Talon on the glaive and still do the same type of damage because stances don't matter. There you go. It's a one-shot. See, stances don't matter. You can use whatever stance you want. All right, and our Panzer Profiler, it's a very simple loadout. This is usually my base build for the Panzer. This is usually if I'm running with frames who have equilibrium equipped. A swipe and sharpen claws just for a little extra armor strip, because why not? And this gives the Kavat more range. We don't worry about the pet doing damage because we're the damage source. Your pet is just there for utility. This kitty doesn't die because of Panzer Devolution, and it helps you spread viral procs, which is an easy primer, especially if you're doing a bleed heavy setup like the glaive. Now, in terms of weapons, you can use whatever you want. My favorite would have to be the Mutilus Cernos right here. I do have a Riven, but you can replace this with a cold mod, and that's pretty much it. That's it. You can run internal bleeding if you want, but that's only from direct hits, while Hunter Munition is just a lot more consistent. Drag them all in, doesn't matter, they shot us. And especially with Ensnare, this is crazy. I mean, we didn't have to shoot anymore. They were already dead. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not using the galvanized multi-shot mod, trust me, split flights is just better with Mutilus Cernos. See, it just triggered. It just triggered without even hitting because of the clouds. The clouds give us that headshot damage. That's why I love the Mutilus Cernos with this setup. Again, you can run any weapon you want. Let's say you like using the Tsar. Here we go. We can take the Kuva Tsar. Make sure we have the correct Bane mod. Bane of Corrupted. Yeah, things just die. That was instantaneous. We built up our stack so quickly. Yeah, this weapon is insane. And that's it. This is the Loki Prime setup. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe. For more Warframe content, streams, and so much more, do refer to the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.